They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
Here's 2nd and 8. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Here's 3rd down and 4.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and
out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
On his loop for the extra point. And that will cut this lead down to 13. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Colston Loveland. Out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Off the play fake. Crisp. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Complete to number 87.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. On the move past the 40. Down the left sideline. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are able to widen their advantage. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Off play action. Gentry. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
3rd down and 2.
Operating from the gun. Gentry. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Off the play fake. Gentry. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Off play action. Gentry. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the 2nd half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Eagles 21.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the 1st half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves. But we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Johnson, the man in motion right. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Groves. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A gain of 11 makes it 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, Groves. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
First down. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Eagles.
Operating from the gun, Gentry. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. I'm glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Gentry. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. He'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Operating from the gun, Gentry. And it's caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Gentry. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, it's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Bears offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
3rd and 10.
Back to throw. Crisp. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. The Eagles offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Operating from the gun, Gentry. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5, 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Following the fumble recovery, Crisp. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bears are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that will bump the lead up to 26.
Bears 54, Eagles 28.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. And out now come the Eagles. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 66 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson.
And an Eagles first down. A gain of 5. First down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Still going inside the 20. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you're talking about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Eagles 28.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Eagles offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
2nd and 11. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Looking to throw. Gentry. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. defensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And he's able to get it out of there. Taking on the midfield logo. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. The Bears offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Crisp. Over the middle. That's to Loveland, the tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards in a Chicago 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Nicholas. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 7.
Off the play fake. Crisp. And he's got it complete to Fowler. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. Nicholas. And the Bears are going to have it 1st and goal as they'll take this down to about the 3.
Bears, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
He's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Bears continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Gentry. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. On first down, Nicholas. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Second and 12.
Operating from the gun, Crisp. He juked him. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. He'll try to run this one in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. An extra point attempt here still to come. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news now. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Gentry. Under pressure, they got him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Bears take over. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. He finds his man complete. That's Lawson. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Second and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Nicholas. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
On 3rd down, Nicholas. Now he's into the clear again, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try to hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but takes it all the way into the end zone.
The extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And not much happening on the return as they'll get this to about the 23. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And this is going to be an Eagles first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2nd down and 4.
Out of bounds at the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun. Gentry. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Bears, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll
I give it all away. You're like my reason for life when my dreams seem so far away. You give me more than I don't face. I don't wanna go to war. You don't wanna give me peace. I can never leave you alone, even when I'm overseas. If I gotta do a show, you coming with me. Baby girl, you a prime time. I don't care if everybody see. Couple weeks I had to leave, now coming back off road. Tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and don't let me go. Tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and don't let me go.
Nobody, and I don't care about the rest. You're mine. Nobody, and all is taking all this time. You're mine.
Tell me you love me, but no one above me, even when it's ugly and money get low. Trust me, even when it's one thing right after the other, the nerve really. Miss me, I know it's been 15 long days since I've been away. Tell me you waiting at home with the baby and tell her that daddy's so proud of the way. She teaching her mama and daddy to be more like kids and still handle the biz on the road. Cause I got a dream that I never could see in the shade. Excited to see where it goes. I love the environment. I could provide you with just off of writing about you in these songs. You taking me higher, no need for a lighter. The spark of my fire inspired this poem. Gone.
Couple weeks I had to leave, now coming back off road. Tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and don't let me go.